What's cracking, Jack? It's Friday, December 26th, and you're in the jungle. 8 games on tap in the association. I've got them all for you right here, right now. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. Here's the way she goes, Jack. I break down every single game in the association. I give you a side or total and a player prop for each one of those games. Now, I don't bet every game, every bet myself. If you want to bet exactly and only when I'm betting, you can do that by becoming a Jungle member. We have a free trial to become a member. I'll leave the link in the comment section. There's also a link for my $5 favorite play of the day, and that's if you want only my single best bet of the day delivered to your phone for just $5 and no further commitment. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. Join us at participating locations on New Year's Eve for our annual Pants Off, Dance Off. Our journey today begins in Indiana. Boston laying 8.5, taking on the Pacers. The over-under is 225.5. Now, these teams just played in Boston December 22nd. Boston won 103-95. Only 198 points scored in that game. There's reasons why. The Pacers are the lowest scoring team in the association. They put up just 109.2 points per game. The Celtics give up the second least points of any team in the association, allowing just 110 per game, and Boston plays at the slowest pace in the league. I think the Celtics win this game, but I think we stay under the total of 222.5. I think this is a good opportunity also to fade Benedict Mathurin of the Pacers and take his under 19.5 points plus assists. He's been under this number in 8 of his last 10 games with a median of just 16.5 per game, taking just 10 shots per game and only 4 potential assists. Next game we're looking at Miami, plus 2.5 in Hotlanta, over under 245.5. Bam Adebayo questionable for Miami. Tyler Hero out for the Heat, and Porzingis out for the Hawks. Now both teams struggling at the moment. The Heat have lost 3 straight. The Hawks have lost 4 straight, and the Hawks just 5-9 at home this season straight up. Neither team has been good against the spread recently. Atlanta covered just 3 of their last 10. Miami has covered just 4 of their last 10. And the Hawks are just 1-7 against the spread their last 8 games as a favorite. I look at the over in this game, over 245.5. The Hawks give up the 6th most points in the NBA, and the over has hit in 11 of the Heat's last 16 games against bottom 10 scoring defenses. And I like Trae Young to record a double-double. He's had at least 10 assists in 70% of his last 20 games. Now, we know he's going to score 10 points, but the over 9.5 assists, so 10 assists, is priced at -1 in the high -140s or -150s on most books. But to record a double-double, which is essentially the same bet, it's 10 assists and 10 points, of course, is just -120 on FanDuel at the moment. That's where we're attacking. Trae Young Hawks record a double-double. Charlotte plus 5.5 at Orlando. Over-under is 231.5. The Magic have only covered the spread in 2 of their last 10 games. And the Hornets have been very good in the underdog role. They're 5-2 against the number in their last 7 as an underdog. But the Hornets have been bad on the road, just 3-12. And the Magic are very good at home, 10-4. Having been off since the 23rd as well, I think the Magic needed the rest. I think they come in healthy, rested, and ready to go when they cover the spread here. And you always have to consider, of course, Knipple. It's funny every time. Over 18.5 points is over this line in 7 of his last 10 games with a median of 20 points a game. Toronto minus 7.5 in our nation's capital, taking on them, their Wizards. Over-under is 226.5. Toronto's been more of a defensive-minded team this season, which is interesting. They allow the second least points in the East. The Wizards allow the most points at 126.1 per game. And the Wizards have a point differential of minus 13.5 per contest. I think Toronto holds the edge in a big way on both sides of the court here, and they'll cover this number of 7. But for a prop, I look to the Wizards side, and I'm backing rookie Trey Johnson over 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's been over this line in 5 straight games with a median of 17, and he's exceeded this line in 76% of games this season. Philadelphia minus 1.5 in Chicago, taking on the Bulls in Chicago, over under 239.5. The Bulls are running hot right now, man. They've won 4 straight, and the 76ers, they run how they're supposed to run. They win when they're favored, and they lose when they're not. Philly is 6-33 straight up their last 39 games as an underdog. So I'd look at Chicago on the money line, but I'll look at Tyrese Maxey from the Sixers over 39.5 PRA, points, rebounds, assists. He's over this line in 70% of games this season with a median of 44 per game. Milwaukee, bless their hearts, plus 5.5 at Memphis, over under 228.5. Both teams are 60% against the spread their last 10 games and 60% against their number, plus 5.5 for Milwaukee and minus 5.5 for Memphis. I think we go under the total here of 228.5. Milwaukee has a hard time scoring. 8 of their last 10 games have been under this number, and 6 of the Grizzlies' last 10 have. When Milwaukee does score, though, it comes in some way through Kevin Porter Jr., so I'd consider him for a player prop over 35.5 points, rebounds, assists. He's over this in 6 of his last 10 with a median of 38. Phoenix, minus 5.5 in New Orleans, taking on the Pelicans, over under 239.5. Pelicans have won 5 of their last 6 games straight up, and the Suns have been better as an underdog against the spread than they have been as a favorite as they are here. The last 10 times the Suns have been favored by 5 points or more as they are here, they've only covered in 2 of them. I would take the points with the Pelicans at home, where 6 of their 8 wins have come from this season. And Phoenix, just 6-8 straight up on the road. I'd also look at Derek Queen of the Pelicans, over 26.5 PRA. His last 4 games, he's recorded 31, 31, 35, and 33 points, rebounds, and assists. And against better defenses than the Suns, 3 of those defenses include Houston, Dallas, and Cleveland. Detroit, minus 9.5 at Utah, over under 243.5. I think this is too many points to give Utah at home. They've covered this number in 7 of their last 10 games, and the Pistons have a hard time covering big spreads. Detroit's covered their number of minus 9.5, which is in this game just 30% of games this season. So takes the points with the Jazz at home, and take Isaiah Collier of Utah over 6.5 assists. He's over this number in 5 straight games with a median of 9 per game. And the last game on the docket today is the Clippers, minus 1.5 at Portland, over under 226.5. I would take the Clippers in the money line. They're playing a little better, coming off of 2 straight wins against the Lakers and the Rockets. They have a couple days off now to rest their old bones. And I think the Blazers are just not trustworthy at the moment, even at home. Also consider riding Kawhi Leonard's hot hand, taking his over 27.5 points. It's a high line, but he's scored 73 total in his last 2 games and appears to be as healthy as he's been all season. Have a great day, Jungle Nation. Let me know your favorite NBA play in the comment section, and I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.